Well, we've just had the kickoff now for the Samurais against the local team, Hong Kong Football Club. Samurais are fielding an exceptionally strong team this year. A very anticipated player that a lot of people are looking to see is Nate Ebner, all the way from the NFL, looking to break into the US squad for the Rio Olympics. So Hong Kong looking to get out their 22 up into the half of the Samurais, the first attack of the day.
Hello, Rich. Sorry I'm a bit late to the party. Just get myself all set up here.
I know your philosophy. Why be earlier? People wait for you.
Exactly. The wisdom has arrived.
And the looks.
So, as Reece was saying there, Samurai, the only competition that's eluded them is this Hong Kong Football Club 10s, and bringing a very strong side along here. But a lot of local pride here in this football club side. But I say it's a scorching hot day today, so I think the Hong Kong Football Club side will be appreciating the heat. The Samurai boys not so familiar, I'm sure. And off they go again. Had most of the possession so far. The Samurai still looking for their first bit of ball. But Football Club doing a very good job here. But, Josh Meninga having a go.
He's never scared to take it up in the contact, Josh.
He's a decent pedigree, to be fair.
Certainly is. Charlie Hodgson-Smith looking at making a break there. Unfortunately loses the ball in contact. Samurai looking very confident and comfortable on the ball. About to make the first break. A penalty there to Hong Kong for a forward pass.
So the first 3 minutes there very much saw Hong Kong Football Club, which is incredibly draining here in this heat. You can see him there, he's having a good puff and trying to slow the game down, I'm sure. Samurai and trying to get their hands on the ball, I'm sure, as Football Club most of the possession, but a good attacking position here. An early substitution going off there, number 25. It's never good to be subbed before half-time.
Not a good sign. Has to be an injury.
It has to be.
Or pride is going to be broken. So a good attacking position here for Hong Kong Football Club. A scrum taking place inside the Samurai's 22.
Yeah, we got the loose head dropping down there. We'll have to reset that one. One of the horrible nightmares in the modern game now is he's constantly resetting. As a back, balls the hell out of me.
Oh, lucky enough it's warm. Complete opposite to Wales, because many a time I've been stood at the backs, cold, freezing.
And I'm not going to pretend I know what's going on there at all.
All confusing.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very good start though for Football Club, holding the Samurai, one of the hot favourites. Football Club again, getting the ball back. Playing it very quick, clearly a tactic here. Fair play to them, having a good go. And finally a turnover there for Samurai, and let's see where they go from here. This is the sign of a good side. Early possession. And see what they can do from deep. A wide ball. That's well collected off his feet.
Very confident of getting the ball out wide quickly, the Samurai side. Not shy in hitting the space at all.
Nope, and Very disappointing here for Samurai. They won't be happy with this. A little bit rusty, but Football Club find themselves again. Second chance at the cherry here. Front of the post, midfield, great attacking position. And I'm sure it's a tactic of Football Club will be to play it with a quick tempo, sort of get under the skin a little bit of Samurai, not let them play into their patterns and get into the game.
Well, the biggest advantage they'll have over a lot of the visiting teams here is, even though it says 27 degrees on the board, which is an exceptional high temperature to play at, what a lot of people won't realise is that this pitch just attracts the heat and keeps the heat. So it might be 27 degrees on the board, but it'll be way above 30 on the pitch.
I mean, it's one of probably the only negatives of having such a great surface, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't matter rain or sun, you've got this great surface to play on, but unfortunately when it's hot.
Well, I'm British, I find something to moan about and everything.
I didn't say Welsh, you jumped straight to British. So here we go, Samurai having another crack here. It'll be interesting to see if they try and get some field position, go downtown and have a go from there, or if they'll try and run it out. There's obviously a lot of confidence in their continuity and recycling the ball, so we'll see where they go from here.
I think what you're seeing at certainly the start of the game is that the Football Club are very confident with each other. Clearly see they've played together and have got a bit more faith and trust in each other at the moment. And they're certainly stepping up to the Samurai squad, which is one of the favourites for this tournament. As Andrew said, you know, the trophy has eluded them all this time, and they're desperate to win. And the Football Club are making a strong statement here.
Sure. That's a really, really great point there, Reece, in terms of like these invitational sides come in. You'll see in day 2 when they start to understand each other, how fluid the play becomes. But the early days, you know, there's always a chance of an upset. And spot on about Football Club, it's probably one of the first times they've got a good side out with some continuity, who've played with each other, because often they have work commitments. But yeah, they're looking like a very together unit, and they're putting up a seriously good fight here.
I take my hat to them. They've really come out here to make a statement, and they're doing well. I know a lot of the teams will be watching the Samurai side and looking for weaknesses, but as you said, Andrew, I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's a day 2 when these invitational sides really come together.
So again, it's another penalty. Surely a card can't be far away now. That's the 3rd or 4th infringement now from Samurai. So Josh Meninga again hitting it up. Unfortunately, knocked back there. But again, ball coming back. Another penalty. Offside. Question's got to be asked soon when the card's going to come out. No one wants to be a footballer and ask for a yellow or anything, but this consistent infringement, something's got to come.
Yep, and the Football Club are working hard for this, and they're going to need to get some points on the board. You know, spending all this time attacking in their 5-yard area, and they're going to want to get a try after all this effort.
And another fling of it wide, having a go. Good recycling. And a little snipe on the blind there.
And if they start getting this out wide, it should be on it here on the right-hand side.
Yeah, there's certainly a mismatch. The 2 passes, always taking
a
risky option. It's on though.
Oh, unfortunately, just a bit foul.
High risk and disappointing end to that. Football Club will be disappointed to come away with nothing here. Samurai putting their defence into action, so they'll be happy with that, Samurai, because they've gone through 8.5 minutes basically without the ball.
Yeah, definitely taking a bit of pressure off them. They'll just punt it down now into the Football Club's half, give themselves a bit of breathing space. Just over a minute left now in this first half, and I think that come the start of the second half, Samurais will come out a different team.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, you saw also a lot of early substitutions coming on. Reece, you probably have to clarify for me. I don't know if you know what the ruling is on the rotation of substitutes, but I think you'll see a lot of early rotations with guys working very hard, 5 to 6 minutes each, getting the fresh legs on.
I'll have to confirm on that ruling.
We do know what we're doing. So here we go, Samurai with their first proper attack.
Oh, it's on out wide. You can check the wheels on these guys now. A good step back inside.
Support player's good, and there's numbers out wide here for Samurai if they want to have a look, but they've sent it back into midfield.
Sit down.
Good bit of contact, but well spoiled again from Football Club.
Oh, good defence there.
And,
there's a gap around the back.
A little bit of showboating there, didn't quite go in the hand, but nicely tied it up. And downtown here, a good foot race going on.
That's actually a good kick. Very good kick in space.
A bit of time.
I'm surprised the ref didn't call that one offside. Or obstruction, I should say.
Certainly some crossing going on, and that's there you go. Samurai probably had the ball for 1 minute of our opening 10 minutes, and they come away with the 5 points. And betting man, I'm going to say it's going to be 7 under the posts.
Oh, certainly, it's going to be 7 points there. I think they were very lucky with that try. It did look to me that one of the Samurai players, whether accidentally or purposely, did kind of stop one of the football club players going in there and make the tackle. But that's neither here nor there now.
Thankfully, they haven't got a TMO here, because it would be us, to be fair. It's a controversial
we've got
call.
2 TMOs here, just unofficial.
So we're going to half-time with Samurai leading 7 points to 0 against the local team, Hong Kong Football Club. So welcome back for the second half. It's the Hong Kong national team girls enjoying the sun and taking in a bit of rugby. So what do you think was said at half-time there, Reece?
I think Samurai are really going to kind of up the tempo on this now. It was the first game. They need to get a bit more support when they're hitting the attacks. They're a little bit isolated in the running. I agree them trying to force her out wide, get some of the pacemen out there, show what they can do, but they're just not quite gelling right yet, right at this moment.
The football club boys, I can imagine much of the same. I mean, they've done very, very well. Fortunately, maybe just a poor option at the end of a couple of good phases in the mid of the first half, sorry. But football club will be very happy going in 7-0, and hopefully they can keep this pressure on and use the heat to their advantage. Bit of local knowledge.
Local knowledge, they're used to playing together. They'll put their hearts and souls on the line on this, and I think they'll do well. I
mean, it's such a great opportunity for guys like these local boys from Hong Kong Football Club. I mean, a lot of them have a very good rugby background anyway, but you know, to come up against a lot of these top invitational sides, you know, guys playing very high ITM Cup, you know, international sevens, etc. It's a great opportunity for them to test themselves. So, making a good account of themselves so far, and hopefully we can have a bit of a contest and the next score at least come from Footy Club.
So I always find it quite interesting now when we look at the tackle and the contact situation. Very rare you see these days that the defending side go in on the ruck, so you immediately spread as they are at the moment, trying to eliminate space. It's interesting to see how the teams actually break that down and get the scores around this now. Defence being so structured, it's going to be quite interesting how they can make this a bit more exciting, kind of drive the surprise attacks outside, get players sucked in, get committed people to the breakdown area.
Yeah, I mean, you're 100% right. I mean, the physicality of these guys now as well in terms of the breakdown. And as we speak, the Samurai are in there for their second try down in the corner. But you're 100% right. I mean, these guys now, both teams. I've watched every team this morning. You're 100%. No one's committing at the breakdown, and I think it's acceptance that if you don't get it at first attempt, then you'll let it go, fan back out, and there's so many good clinical players who can make good decisions. If you commit too many at the breakdown, then you're going to get punished.
So that's Samurai 12-0 up at this moment in time. Hong Kong about to receive off the kickoff.
You sort of feel that might be enough now, just to knock a bit of confidence out of Football Club. I think they had some great opportunities in that first half. This is where you'll see a test of a team that really are one of the hot favourites to win at the end of tomorrow evening, and see if they can be a bit clinical.
So Hong Kong win the kickoff and quickly closed down by Samurai, who steal the ball back. And they're breaking on the far left side.
That's Matt Ebner there, as I understand it, the NFL player, as I understand, coming in from the
New
States.
England Patriot safety, as far as I'm aware. Charlie Hodgson-Smith trying to prevent the try. And did very well and force him into touch, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, very, very good,
Very
tackle
good
there in the
tackle for
corner.
Charlie Hodgson-Smith.
It really is exciting, isn't it? With the Olympic Games and what's happening to rugby and the growth of rugby in the States, having these true athletes. We look at this guy; he hasn't quite made it. He's having a little look around at a different sport, and you see the guys playing for the States now. I mean, these guys are true athletes coming into our game and mixing it up.
No, definitely. Well, the chap himself there won a Super Bowl with New England Patriots. They've kind of given him the year off now to try and get in the Rio squad. His first passion was rugby. From that, then got scouted into the NFL while studying over in the US. But it is going to be interesting. You speak to any rugby fan around the world, they all say that the US now is going to be the next big house, in particular sevens, because when you look at the NFL, if you're not, well, the National Football League over there, after college, if you haven't made it, there's nothing for you to do. So the only logical thing for them to do is go into rugby. And when that starts happening, God help us all.
Certainly us little wingers.
That's why we're sat here for now rather than on the pitch.
Yeah. Oh, thank goodness I'm not 10 years younger. Yeah.
But it's true, they are definitely bigger at younger age.
Yeah, they are. I mean, and it's the element of professional rugby. Hong Kong's going through a transition at the moment. Where they're bringing in a professional element, and you can see the physical difference of these guys now.
It's huge. I remember when I was young, we were all told don't touch weights until you finish growing. These guys now,
Not touch weights yet.
I hope not. Still not. I like the dad bod look. I do it well. But in terms of these youngsters, where we were taught not to train in the gym, they're doing it from 12, 13. They understand supplements, diets, training. The only downside I would say to it is that when we were playing when we were younger, we really enjoyed it. To these guys, how much does that take away the enjoyment element of it when it's taken that seriously?
It becomes a job, doesn't it? It becomes a livelihood, and the risk of injuries, etc., etc. But I mean, does it come at the expense of skills, decision making? And that's the big question. You talk Northern Southern Hemisphere rugby. The guys in the Southern Hemisphere are still playing that expansive game, still playing in the park with their mates, playing a bit of touch. Northern Hemisphere, it's a very physically orientated game. So you've got to hope the game of rugby doesn't buy too much into professionalism and get sucked into the physicality side, and people still throw it around a bit, because I mean that's why sevens is such a great spectacle, and 10s is becoming such a spectacle as well.
Another great attacking position here now for Samurai. Just had a scrum on the Hong Kong Football Club 5-yard line. Good line speed there displayed by Hong Kong Football Club.
So John Brake playing at 9 there, as I understand it. He's at a fair few IRB events with the England side being turned over.
Oh, great turnover by Hong Kong Football Club. Strong defence there.
They relieve a little bit of pressure now. Football Club trying to get their defensive line all up in place. There's a few tired bodies out there for sure.
Yeah, you're definitely starting to see the tiredness kicking in for the Hong Kong squad now. I think this is where the Samurais will kind of step up and start making the gaps and hitting the line, supporting each other and getting the tries.
Adam Byrne there showing some great feet, breaking 2 or 3 tackles, getting his team back on the front foot. it's really good seeing these big units having a go as well. You know, their skill level of the bigger players as well. This is that's break there having a go, and a lovely inside ball to James Cordy-Reedon. And that'll be the end of this contest, I think, for Football Club, unfortunately.
No, definitely. Samurai certainly kind of stepping up a little bit now. Well, I could say they're stepping up, or as you say, the Hong Kong lads now looking a little bit tired. They've given everything they can for as long as they have. I think they've done really well, particularly against this side with the pedigree that they have in their squad. Football Club can certainly hold their heads up high, and they've done exceptionally well in this game.
It's spot on. I think it's one of the real credit to the event itself. You know, the level of the 16 teams now that come in here, there's no real easy games. I mean, you've got a top side like Samurai coming in here. Granted, they've won by 3 scores, but 3 scores is, you know, it's a respectable effort there from Hong Kong Football Club. They'll certainly go in with their heads held high and hope for better things this afternoon.
Oh, 100%. You know, the Samurai squad and many of the kind of elite teams that we have playing at this tournament, you know, they're all here to try and pitch for that real position. You know, there's an underlying effort that they've got here, and that's it, because they're trying to get Olympic glory on this. It all sets a standard. You know, we might even see, and we have seen in the past, a few people from this tournament actually end up playing in the 7s happening on Friday and Saturday. So, you know, the standard is that high here. So, you know, for them to hold the scoreline as they have and to still be pushing them like they are, doing exceptionally well.
I mean, YCAC have got Stowers. I mean, Stowers has been representing New Zealand 7s for the last 2 or 3 years. You know, it's very clever how they, you know, the top tier, you know, the top 16 7s teams are using this as an opportunity to bring an extended squad, give these guys a run out. Any unforeseen injuries, they've got guys in town ready to go. So, and it adds to this. I mean, a lot of people in Hong Kong are saying, you know, rugby week now starts, you know, on the Wednesday afternoon at the 10s, because it's such a great level. Physicality is great. Everyone likes to see a good bosh.
Yeah. No, so it certainly does. Huge buzz now for the 10s. You know, the standard of players you get here are just as good, I'd say, as those guys on the 7s. You know, all these people are shooting for their position, so it does add to the game, as you said. Oh, great sniper on the back of the scrum there for the Samurai squad.
And that's, I think that's mostly probably just concentration and the old lungs adding to that one, and that'll be a game set match for Samurai.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, that's another Welshman there that just scored a try, Rhys Downs.
It certainly makes no sense why anyone outside of Wales would call someone Rhys, but...
Great name. Fantastic name. Spelt the right way as well, the RHYS. Confuses everyone over here, that does, let me tell you. Try to book a restaurant with a name like Rhys. Oh, that's hard work.
So that's a great result there for Samurai. It's 24-0. With 22 seconds to go, I think we'll probably see this. We'll have just enough time for the kickoff, and maybe a last play. It'd be nice for Hong Kong Football Club to have a last crack and get themselves on the boards. I think they deserve it.
Oh, so he's done well to break up the tackle there. Stay on his feet. Very strong player.
And,
oh, a bit of handballs going on there.
A little bit of niggle. The crowd have livened up. Wingers are coming in.
I'm not sure why wingers ever come in on that, but you know, they do try. 10 out of 10 for effort, wingers.
Pull some shirts, pull some shirts. The big fella there with a beard, I reckon he's gonna head straight out of here to the barbers, get a haircut and a shave. He must be absolutely boiling.
So that's a yellow card from Matt Lamont there. I think it was a bit hard done by there, you know, coming to the end of the game. It's literally time. Should just let it maybe go for that.
So Samurai, their interest now will be the points difference. It's such a hotly contested event, the group phase anyway, that, you know, sometimes the points do come into it. So they'll be looking for that last 7-pointer, I'm sure.
Yeah, Samurai should definitely walk away with a score here. Hitting it wide on the wing.
And there we go. I'm not too sure that the score truly reflects the efforts and the competitiveness of this game, but Samurai rightly winners, much more the clinical side, and that's 29-0 with the conversion to come, I believe.
And that try actually come from Ben Foley, I believe, who is in the England 7 squad at the moment.
And that finishes up 29-0 to the Samurai against the Hong Kong Football Club.
In this Pool D game between Samurai International and Natixis Hong Kong Football Club. One cruising encounter. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the next pool's league between GFI Pyrenees.
Well done for both teams on that. Football club put up a brave performance, but unfortunately I think the Samurai skill, stamina and just general level, they're professional athletes, so they're always going to be bound to kind of push them through to the very end. I think that's what we saw, but well done to Football Club, hold your heads up high.
So next up we see we've got the Pyrenees, all the way from obviously France, and Projects Water Boys, an invitational side, and have a lot of boys from the UK and the Middle East. So it should be a very